translation. The Lord said, "Shout as loud as you can. Tell my people Israel about their sins. They worship me every day, claiming that they are eager to know my ways and obey my laws. They say they want me to give them just food, and that they take pleasure in worshipping me. The people ask, why should we fast if the Lord never notices? Why should we go without food and pay no penalty?" The Lord said to them, "The truth is that at the same time you fast, you pursue your own interests and oppress your workers. Your fasting makes you violent and you quarrel and fight. Do you think this kind of fasting will make you listen to your prayers? When you fast, you make yourselves suffer. You bow your heads low like a blade of grass and spread out sackcloth and ashes to lie on. Is that what you call fasting? Do you think I will be pleased with that? The kind of fasting that I want is this: remove the chains of oppression and the yoke of injustice, and let the oppressed go free. Share your food with the hungry, and open your home to the homeless poor. Give clothes to those who have nothing to wear, and do not refuse to help your own relatives. Then my favour will shine on you like the morning sun, and your wounds will be quickly healed. I will always be with you to save you. My presence will protect you on every side. When you pray, I will answer you. When you call to me, I will respond. If you put an end to oppression, to every gesture of contempt, and to every evil word." This is from Isaiah 58 in a Good News translation. Amen.
Pleased to see people from a number of different faiths gathered here today. My own faith is Sikhism, but I'm not here necessarily because of my faith. I'm here because of being a human being. So for me, what's really important is standing up for humanity. When the Ukraine war broke out, I cared enough to have a family of 5 Ukrainians living in my house for a year. They even brought their cat. So now when I see what's happening in Palestine, for me this isn't about religion or skin colour or any of that. It's about what's right in terms of humanity. Because if we stand by and watch people being oppressed today, then tomorrow we too will be oppressed. To quote the Manic Street Preachers, for any of you who know those, if you tolerate this, then your children will be next. And that's why I'm here today. Thank you all for coming and joining us.
Hi guys, I am a Palestinian. Most of you know, and I'm an atheist, but I was raised in a city where people from the three world religions are there, and they have been there for a long time. There are Muslims, Christians, and Jews. They have been living there for centuries, and they have been living very well and having good relations all together, living together and sharing everything. When anybody has a feast or funeral or anything, any occasion, people from other faiths would come and join the joy, join the sadness, everything. And as we all live together in this city, I understand that people, as was said just now, it's not a matter of faith, it's a matter of humanity. If you are there, if you stick together, you understand that you are human. it doesn't mean anything that you are of different faiths. So I welcome you all. I thank you all for coming, and I hope that it will make a change, it will make a difference for others who will see us and who will join us in this way. Thank you.
As part of this march, we're putting together a video with people kind of saying who they are. You can say your name if you want to, you don't have to, but a bit about who you are and why you're here today, why you're marching, why you're doing this walk, why you care about Palestine. So if you're interested in being part of that, please come up to me. It doesn't have to be anything profound, just speak from your heart, let us know why you're here and why you care, and that can be shared by the Gaza ceasefire pilgrimage people for Palestine. So it'd be great to have you on board. And again, for people walking past, this is a walk open to everybody, a walk calling for a permanent and immediate ceasefire in Gaza, across Palestine, where a genocide is currently being carried out. Over 32,000 Palestinians have now been killed in 5 months. 32,000 is not a small number. One Palestinian is killed every 15 minutes. I'd like you to try and just imagine 32,000 people stood in this square right now. For any Forest fans, the Forest football stadium contains or has capacity for 30,000 people. That stadium could not even fit the number of bodies that have been killed. Hold the people of Palestine in your heart, and if you hear people talking about Palestine, if when you hear the word Palestine, something in you shuts off, and something in you feels that it's got nothing to do with you, I really urge you to reflect on how you have gotten to a point where you do not care about a genocide that is being live streamed to us. In the past, people had the excuse of being able to say that they did not know. No one here today can say that they did not know a genocide was being committed. We all have access to internet. The vast majority of us have phones, have a computer. Reflect, look into yourself, and please open your eyes and see this genocide. Speak up. Thank you. Join the video.
When we're told the war is finished, because it won't be finished for us, there will be nowhere to live, there will be nowhere to go to school, there will be nothing at all. So we need to go on not only while this genocide is happening, but to be aware of the people and the support they're going to need in the months and years to come. So just imagine these people today. Also, probably it's raining, and the weather is very much the same as it is here. Raining and cold and nowhere to live. And they feel that they're cut off from the rest of the world. So anything that we do, put it on Facebook. I have many friends in Gaza and in Palestine, and they are so grateful to know that people do care about them. So we need to care now and on into the future.
So it is now 10 o'clock, so we will be moving on to the next leg of our walk. I just wanted to repeat once again what our aims are, what our demands are, what our prayers are. They are an enduring and sustained ceasefire, not a ceasefire for 6 weeks, not a ceasefire for 6 months, enduring and sustained. Someone once said, imagine the ridiculousness of saying, oh, I'm going to get married for 6 weeks. A ceasefire for 6 weeks is not a ceasefire. That's not what we are demanding. We are demanding an enduring and sustained ceasefire. We are also calling for the immediate flow of life-saving food, water, aid, fuel, and humanitarian assistance. A lot of you have probably seen that Gaza is currently under a man-made famine. People are dying of hunger. It's horrific. Number 3, release of all hostages, both the Israeli hostages held by Hamas and the Palestinian hostages held in the Israeli prison system. And finally, an end of occupation, so a truly just peace can begin. I said this at the start of our walk, I'm going to repeat it again now. We are walking, we are putting our feet where our hope is, we are praying with our feet. That is the aim of our walk today. So just as we move off, a little bit of housekeeping. Let's look out for one another. Let's be aware of the needs of our fellow pilgrims as we are walking. You may want to chat. Some people might need quiet prayer. Practical help or encouragement may be needed. This is a pilgrimage, not a protest or a demonstration, but feel free to share thoughts and prayers. As we walk up to the forest camp stop, should be about half an hour of walking. I'd like everyone to sort of think and reflect on our first aim of an enduring and sustained ceasefire. There'll be then an opportunity at Forest to share any further thoughts, prayers, reflections that you may have. Alright, and I think we're following Sue. Sue's going to lead the way as we move off. Thank you so much, everybody.
And just leaving Market Square now. Yeah, basically some people want me obviously do work from Beeston, tram station, bus stop, and basically walking all the way to Utno. Basically it's like a length of like Palestine, Gaza. I think it's like 22 miles. So yeah, from Beeston to Utno, tram stop, then back all the way to Beeston. Basically finding the tram route. Yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated as we walk along. Oh no! So probably more people should be coming along. Don't know when or in how many, but that's how more people should come join the walk. Just walking through past the uni of Nottingham. Yeah, basically just following the tram lines, isn't it? I think next will probably be, I think, more beautiful, or maybe the forest, one of the two. Something like that anyway. Yeah. Sun's coming out. That's what we want. Just like forest, tram stop next to the forest. Yeah, just going to wait, going to see if any more people come to join, or probably do some speeches. Another one. And a little water one.
Hello everybody. Here at the stop. Does anybody have any reflecting as they thought about the enduring and sustained ceasefire? Would anybody like to share their thoughts? A prayer? Anybody would like to have? Here it's got something. This is from another ceasefire pilgrimage walk that happened a little while ago from Aotearoa, which is in New Zealand, named for New Zealand. I just read now. God of comfort, send your spirit to encompass all those whose lives are torn apart by the violence and death in the state of Israel and Palestine. You are the advocate of the oppressed, and the one whose eye is on sorrow. Let arms reach out in healing rather than aggression. Let hearts mourn rather than militarize. Christ, have mercy. Hear our prayer. God of the nations, let not one more child or elder be sacrificed on the altars of political expediency. Keep safe all people from unjust leaders who would exploit vulnerability for their own distorted ends. Give wise discernment to those making decisions to pursue just peace. Provide them insight into fostering justice, freedom, and shalom for all. Teach all of us to resolve injustices with righteousness. Guard our hearts against retaliation, and give us hearts to love alone. Lord, have mercy. Hear our prayer.
Leg of our walk, our pilgrimage, is to Tesco Top Valley, and it will take about an hour and a half. We thank you for everybody who's walked this so far that has to leave at this point, and welcome people who've joined now, and just be careful about getting your car parked if you're parked in this car park. We're going to walk along Gregory Boulevard, up Sherwood Rise as far as Hamilton Road, turn right onto Hotnell Road, and we hope to arrive at Tesco Top Valley at about midday, where we'll have our next stop, reflections, and there's also toilets there if anybody needs them. During this part of the walk, we want people to think and pray about the second aim, which is immediate flow of life-saving food, water, aid, fuel, and humanitarian assistance. So if we could keep that in our prayers as we walk along for the next part. And one of our stewards has had to go, so if anybody wants to volunteer to steward and help us cross the roads, that would be very welcome. Kira's got a spare high-vis jacket. Does anybody else want to say anything? So, are you going to help us?
I've got this red thing on it, might help, won't it?
Do you want to say anything?
Good morning everybody, my name's Paul. I'm representing the Ladies Church, so I also work at Peter's Church in the centre. Let's all be safe, look after each other, and have a nice journey. Thank you.
Cool.
I was reflecting on the point of a sustained ceasefire, and I think one of the reflections that I came from it was that I really like the wording of what people have said here, a lasting ceasefire, a sustained ceasefire, and I think it's also really important that we reflect on and recognise that there was no ceasefire on October 7th, a couple days before Israel had been bombing Gaza. In April, Israel had been invading Al-Aqsa Mosque. 2023 was the most violent year for Palestinians, and the year before that, 2022, was also the most violent year for Palestinians. So when we call for a ceasefire, we need to recognise it doesn't mean going back to how things were before October 7th. It means radical change and ensuring that peace actually means peace and justice is served for Palestinians, not just peace for Israel, it's peace for everyone. So that was my reflection. Anyone else would like to share anything? Okay, amazing. So reflecting on our second aim as we continue walking, and we'll follow Sue this year.
If anyone wants to come in the video and just say why you're here about Palestine, please come. We've got 2 people so far. That's not going to be a very long video.
So yeah, I'm going to walk up to Tesco's Top Valley. Yeah, of course I'll do short videos on the way and whatever. Yeah, see you guys later.
And then also, I don't know.
Still adding towards Ottenham, Top Valley, Tesco's, not too far now. For another 10 minutes, I think. Still marching on. And we're going to stay there for a bit, regroup, talk. Yeah, and then walk to the next stop.
That's what I was thinking it was, but I think that's the vital thing is that all the thing at the top there.
It's not a zero-wage shop, as I say, but it's an independent.
Just arrived at Tesco's, Top Valley. Some people are just going to check to see if anybody's working for us outside Tesco's. Some people are going to wait here.
I wanted to do a reflection on the second point of the demands today, which is about the aid coming in and immediate flow of aid, immediate flow of food, resources, humanitarian assistance. But I think it's important that we remember there isn't a lack of aid. The aid is there, it's waiting outside the borders, and the people stopping it are Israeli settlers. The people stopping it are the Israeli government. And it's so important that we understand that, to understand the dynamics of the situation that we're facing. This isn't something that is a natural famine as is being presented by the media. This isn't that Gaza is on the brink of starvation. The people of Palestine are being actively starved, and it's really important that we use that language. And furthermore, I think the point about getting aid in and making sure that it's having safe passage, we also need to remember that humanitarian aid is often weaponized by colonial powers like America and the UK. And we can see that with America building a port in Gaza to bring aid in while they continue to bomb it. They don't care about what's happening. they're actively providing the weapons, and if they really wanted to bring aid in, they would stop the bombing and then bring the aid in. And we need to make sure we're critically thinking about that. But yeah, ceasefire now, bring the humanitarian aid in, and much love to all of you. Thank you so much. It's been beautiful marching with you.
So I think if everybody's gathered now, then we're going to go back out, probably the way we.
Back out now, walking. So going towards Auckland. We're leaving top by Tesco's. We're stopping off at other Tesco's. I'm not too sure which one though. Then and after that one we'll be walking straight to Auckland Chum Stop. Then staying there for a bit, then heading back. Yeah. And that's all I've got to say at the moment. The weather keeps on changing. Raining, hail stoning, sun shining. Yeah, but everything blessed though. Crossing over the road, rocking the road.
Let's keep moving, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can't hold it for 1 minute. Yeah.
Take another mortgage. We made it. We ain't got no tram stop. More people are arriving.
Us now, so thank you so much for walking with us. Obviously we're here at Hucknall, so you get to travel where you need to. And a huge welcome to anyone who is now joining us here. We're halfway through, so halfway point, so well done. Woo! Halfway through our 22-mile walk, which is the length from
or the distance from Gaza City to Rafah, which is what so many Palestinians have been forced to make that route as they are fleeing their homes under threat of death and violence. So we are walking this route in total solidarity with them. We'll be moving on from here at around 2, so this is an opportunity to grab some lunch. I see some people already grabbing that. I think there's toilets somewhere. In Tesco, toilets downstairs and upstairs if you to go and take a comfort break or pray. This will be open if anyone has any reflections or thoughts or prayers to share. On our way over here we were reflecting on what it means to walk in solidarity together, to carry one another's burdens, one another's crosses. That was sort of our reflection thought, and we'll come back together at around 2 before we head off. So thank you so much and enjoy the break.
It doesn't need to be something profound. My reflection is that my feet are killing me. I've been walking since 8 AM now. I'm absolutely exhausted, but every time I catch myself thinking my feet are hurting, I just think this is literally nothing compared to what people in Gaza are having to go through. They've had to do this not just carrying a couple vests on their back and a flag, they're carrying their entire lives on their backs. They're carrying their children, they're carrying the weight of everything that's happening, they're carrying exhaustion, and I've just found like every single step of this really cathartic, because I feel like part of me is with the people that I love and that I care about and that I'm fighting for and that all of us are fighting for. So yeah, I hope people can kind of share how they've been feeling as they've been walking, or the intentions that they're going to be going forward with if they've just joined us now, because I think that would be something really beautiful to hear from everyone. And it's really nice to see new faces. So sending love to you all.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say how much I've enjoyed walking along. Found a new friend, somebody of a different faith. He's been taking the dates round, which has been lovely. Thank you, Kareem. And just reminded me that there's so much more that unites us than divides us. And so, yeah, we'll be finishing in a minute. I had a bit of a bad knee, but it was like we shared each other's burdens. That was great. Thank you. Bless you.
Not profound at all, probably a little bit stupid, but on the way here I got scratched by a bush. And before I said ow, I realised that they were in pain too. People in Palestine were hurting, or are hurting, even worse than that. And I didn't even bleed, but they're probably bleeding right now. Like their houses are being bombed, they barely have like the clothes on their back. But I've got 2 coats on. So I'm kind of grateful that we can walk in these conditions and not those conditions. But it hurts that they have to walk in these conditions. They can't just like walk for fun. They have to walk because if they don't walk, they'll die. And if they do walk, they'll die too. Because we know what's waiting for them in Rafah. We know what Israel's going to do when they get to Rafah. And all they have is each other. So we got to like depend on each other too, and stick together. And like they avoid danger every day. We have to avoid getting hit by a car. It's like little parallels, but our pain is like nothing to that. So that's almost making me less cold and less hurt by the bush. That's all I have to say.
So it's called IOF Soldiers. To the IOF soldier, when you murder innocent Palestinians, does it make you feel bolder? How do you feel when you see the bodies of babies wrapped in white shrouds? Do you go home to your family and tell them you're proud? Do you think about your day when you lay in your bed? Does your compliance in this genocide trouble your head? Or do you drift off to sleep and have sweet dreams? No nightmares of rubble or phosphorus or people's screams? Do your actions ever bother your spirit and soul? Or does the Zionist narrative have their full control? Sorry. Does your IF uniform make you feel strong? Does it remove all discernment from right and wrong? Do you think about your paycheck when you're flying the Hermes drones, bombing hospitals, mosques, schools and homes? IOF soldiers, just following orders, getting your free Mackie D. You're already on the wrong side of history.
It's about Jesus teaching people on the mountain, and that would have been in Palestine. And he said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." For the next part of the pilgrimage, we thought that we might meditate on the third aim, which is for the release of all the hostages, the Israeli hostages held by Hamas and the many, many Palestinian hostages which are held in the Israeli prison system.
Yeah, and just to let you know that we're set off now. We're leaving Otno Tesco's and heading back towards Beeston. Yep, we've got new people who just joined us as well. Yeah, that's good. New faces. Back at Tesco's.
Stop on our walk. We're actually still having time, but amazing. It's really left us a little quickly. So we'll be here until about 3:30. There are toilets in Tesco, upstairs and downstairs. If anyone needs to go and take a quick break, if anyone would like to take a moment to sit and pray or just take a minute, that's this time now. And if anyone has any reflections to share, we've been thinking about the release of all the hostages. Yeah, so that is, if anyone has anything to say, the microphone is